I had my father. I was young, so I had 10 children. And I had my dad. And he used to beat on us for nothing. For walking down the steps with no socks on. Opening the refrigerator. If you didn't put nothing in it, you couldn't take nothing out of it. I remember my father beat my mom so bad, I had to put pillows over my ears just to go to sleep. I remember waking up that morning, walking down the stairs, looking at my mom with 2 black eyes, talking about good morning. It wasn't no good morning for me. I remember I couldn't wait till I got older to finally face my dad and fight him, but something happened. He died when I was 12 years old. I remember at that funeral, I said I would never, ever, ever help bury my dad. And there was one spot left open. And my whole family was looking at me to grab the casket, to bring it to the hearse. It was bigger than me. I want to talk about love today. I want to talk about...
Me too. Go ahead.
How do you love somebody that you hated your whole life? I'm going to tell you why. Because it's bigger than you. I walked up to that casket and I grabbed it and I buried my dad. I want to talk about love today. I remember not that far from here, that night after going to the club, some people tried to fight me. My group fought their people. Their group fought my people. I was maced. I remember walking down the ramp, not being able to see. Some people came to me that didn't know I was maced. And they said, man, kick it out. And I said, I'm not kicking anything out. I remember when I grabbed their shirt, and every time I would hit them, the gun would go off. Boom! 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 I remember walking, seeing the police, and the police told me, sir, you've been shot in your heart. You need to lay down. And I laid down. I laid down on that ground. I remember feeling life slowly leaving out of my body. The thought crossed my mind, will I ever see my mom again? Will I ever see my fiance again? Will I ever be able to have a child? I remember thinking that this may be it for me. My chest got so hot, felt like 2 irons was about to burst my chest. It was about to explode, and I passed out.
Could you all show some respect and let him speak?
I remember waking up from that coma. Waking up from that coma, having to learn how to talk, walk, and breathe again. And they asked me, they said, hey, we got the guys on tape. We got them on videotape. The police got the gun. They definitely gonna get him. What you gonna do when you get him? I said, one thing I'm gonna do when I show up to court, I'm gonna tell these guys that I want them to join my mentor group. I want to mentor them. Obviously, they didn't have any good role models in their life. I couldn't wait to go down the police station, right down the street. I went down the police station, They wheeled me in. The police looked at me and they said, listen, you know who shot you? I said, no, I don't. They said, stop playing with me. You know who shot you? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here is what they told me. You know who shot you. They said, you know what? Go back out there and continue to let them shoot you up some more. Now, I'm looking at the police station. They had the videotape, the DNA, the fingerprint, and the gun. But it wasn't no justice that they wanted for me. No justice that they wanted for me. I want to talk about love today. I looked at CNN Monday when the first riot kicked off.
Shame on you all. Shame on you all.
And when the first riot kicked off, I looked at them. I looked at those kids throwing rocks at the police. Throwing rocks at the police. And I said, well, hey, they didn't want no justice for me. They didn't care whether or not I lived or died. So I don't care whether they throw rocks at the police. And then I started seeing them destroy CVS. And I said, oh no, this can't happen. And I went down there. I did by myself. And I prayed for those people. I gave it all. I gave it the Bloods. I gave it the Crips. I gave it all of them together. And we sat and we prayed together. And we walked and we marched down the street. And when we turned the corner with Nick Mosley, we seen nothing but the police. As they shot tear gas, I told Nick Mosley, I'm going to hold these protesters back while you go and talk to the police and let them know that we're on the same side. I'm going to tell you how you love somebody that showed you nothing but hate. Why? Because it was bigger than me. Those kids looked at me and they said, listen, you in the suit. You don't know what we've been through. And I said, yes, I do know what you've been through. I said, check this out. When I first walked kids that I mentored to the store to get them some snacks, we was pulled over. We was jumped out on. We was harassed. They told me to put my hands up. They grabbed my nuts. They told the two kids that was with me to go in the alley and spread their butt cheeks and search for drugs that they didn't have. And the kids looked up to me for justice, and I couldn't give it to them. I remember, but it was bigger than me. I had to tell them, guess what? I don't just hear your pain, I feel your pain.
Excuse me.
But violence is not the answer.
You should be ashamed.
Violence is not the answer. That's what I told them as I holded those kids back. Check this out. The next day, we had to get 5 cars together to drive old people to the closest CVS stores. Why? Because the CVS stores was burned down, so they couldn't get their medicine. It's bigger than me. So I protected people in Miss Lane that showed me nothing but hate. Why? Because it's bigger than me. It's bigger than us. United, we stand. Divided, we fall. I want to talk about love today. Thank you guys for having me.